Good morning, everyone. Okay, so I didn't do a morning reading yesterday because I was feeling really irritated and I thought, well, not really a good time to do a reading. And then I realized it was the full moon. And then I didn't get any sleep last night because of the full moon. But Spirit wants me to do a reading today. In fact, the words that came to my mind was twin flames. So I think it's because this full moon is pushing a lot of people into a lot of changes. I have, if you're on TikTok and you want to go join my thing below, I had a little mini pick a card reading for what changes people can kind of expect, because there's a lot of forced changes, which is why if you're not sleeping, then don't worry, you're not alone. It's just because the full moon, it's wanting you to kind of purge quite a lot. So if you're not sleeping, take a look at the things going through your mind. So it may be you've got questions about life, or questions about your love life, or questions about, well, anything really. And so yeah, I'm talking to you, choosing my decks for the masculine and the feminine twin flame energies. Yeah. So you just need to say to yourself, well, what is it that I need to purge? Because all these things that are coming up are preventing you from sleeping, because Spirit wants, at night time they have your full attention. You're not watching TV, you're not at work. It's now you and me, chick or dude, and let's talk. So understand that that's the time that Spirit is just wanting to get information from you. Okay, so right, we have two decks in front of us. Those are going to be the masculine and feminine when it comes to now. Sometimes just because you're a male does not mean that you're the masculine, okay? And just because you're the female does not mean that you're the feminine. When I say the divine masculine, there are a lot of women that take up the divine masculine role within a relationship. And when I say divine feminine, there are also a lot of men who take up the divine feminine role in a relationship, okay? That does not mean that there's something wrong with you in any sense or form, but you get a lot of women who like to take control in a relationship and who like to take the lead, which then becomes the divine masculine in the relationship, okay? And then you get a lot of men who are generally quite emotional and are the ones who are constantly chasing after other people, and then they actually become the divine feminine within a relationship, okay? And especially in a twin flame role, you generally, now I don't want to spend too much time, this is going to be quite brief. In fact, maybe I'll talk about it this week. Also link below my new channel. That's going to be a spiritual channel where I'll be doing more of the talks. This channel will be more dedicated towards tarot, and that channel will be anything other than, well, I don't know, for now anyway. I'm kind of trying it out. It's a brand new channel, so if you want to go follow me there, and I think I'll talk about twin flames there. But very briefly, twin flame relationships are generally two people who are probably quite opposites, okay? They don't always match well, but there's something within them that keeps them together. It's a bond that's unexplainable, and it's a tie that pulls two people together that maybe probably aren't well suited, and yet so are. It's like one of those, it's true loves, but they don't kind of recognize it straight away. In fact, twins, often you have a runner and a chaser, and then what happens is the dynamic has a separation period where, it could be years, like, one of them, both of them could go get married to other people, but still have this undeniable pull to someone, and they actually can't explain it. And it's because ding, 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 it's your twin flame, okay? And then what happens is both of you generally go through a whole lot of emotional changes within your world, and it eventually brings you back into alignment. Now, not everyone has a twin flame, A, and B, some people prefer to call it soulmate. So I'm not going to really... So you may call it whatever you want, whatever makes you feel good, whatever, if you've studied something and that makes you feel good, by all means. Names means nothing to the spirit world. I'm calling this twin flame. You may call it whatever you want. Okay. So this will be the power for the divine masculine, or in the case, the runner, the person who keeps running from the connection, the person who keeps ignoring the connection, and the feminine, in this case, would be the chaser, the one who keeps on chasing the other person to get them to come in. Okay, the dynamics may start to switch. The runner then becomes the chaser, and the chaser also starts to run. So take wherever you feel like you are within your twin flame journey. Okay, so let's see. So I'm going to go, this is the divine masculine, or in the case of the runner. Let's just get some cards first for them. What is the twin flame divine masculine happening in his life right now, or in their life right now? Let's not put anything. Okay, so the divine masculine they're trying to take back control of their life. They dealing with quite a lot of perhaps their financial situation. Maybe they feel like they're trapped. This is a unicorn that's trapped and they need to be freed. Okay, they might still be with their karmic. Now, what is a karmic? Again, please come and follow my other channel if you really want more of an explanation. But a karmic is generally someone, a lot of twin flames, as I said, during the separation period, they'll go get married or start dating another person that ruins their lives. And that's what a karmic is, okay? And it's like a drug addiction. They can't get away from their karmic because that person's generally there to force them to realize that they're the only ones that are trapped. And really, if you look at this unicorn, they could probably jump right over that. I mean, if that unicorn stood up, it easily could probably climb over that fence. But they have that entrapment in the fears within their mind that tells them that they can't. And so this is this person that can't be in control of their life because they have put money, excuses, and all kinds, okay? There's also things to do with this person's past. Okay, so the divine masculine's really still in that phase of trying to figure out what's happened. Why is my life like this? Why is my life so screwed up? Why do I keep on having these bad things or bad energies happen to me? And they're not really feel like they're in control. So let me have a card that explains what's happening with the divine feminine, or in the case of the person who is the chaser. So the divine feminine, or the chaser in this case, is someone who's very in touch with their feelings. They kind of really exploring perhaps why they feel that the way that they do. They maybe exploring their worth is what it's really jumping up. The word worth is really coming up, and I kind of feel like they're actually working on their own self-worth. So they really focused on themselves. Okay. Let's get another card to kind of explain the divine masculine right now. So they're in the preparation phase, okay? They're in the preparation of harvest. They're starting to prepare themselves, I think, in order to leave. Maybe they feel like their financial situation needs to be better in order for them to release themselves from a karmic or from a situation. But I kind of feel like they're in their preparation phase. Things are about to change for them. They're going to reap the harvest. And they're thinking about taking action, okay? So they're starting to realize where their happiness lies. They may have gone silent for a while because they've had to prepare themselves, but now they're wanting to take action. Okay, so let's see if the tarot cards speak the same. Right, yeah, look at that release. So here they were trapped, and now they're realizing that they have to free themselves, okay, and release themselves from a situation, and they have to move on. It's the end of a phase for them. So this moon is definitely forcing the divine masculine, and look at that, the dreamer, taking action, unexpected leap of faith, unexpected opportunities. So really and truly, this divine masculine is realizing that they have been entrapped for too long in a situation that they're unhappy in, and they're starting to work on releasing themselves. They know that their situation has ended, whatever that situation may be, okay? What else is going on with this divine masculine? What is happening? Sorry, there's a lot of work happening in the house I can't avoid. Spirit wants me to do a message. I have to do it. Noise or not. Look at this. The divine masculine, that's exactly the fears. They have got a lot of fears. There's a lot of uncertainty in their lives right now. They're not really too sure. They want to get help from others, but they're not too sure. They know they have to free themselves. They know they're unhappy. Okay, they feel very alone. And even if they are in a relationship, they could be married, but they still feel very alone. Like they don't feel like anyone gets them. They just feel used and abused, or they just feel alone. Like no one really cares about them. Okay. They may, for some of you, some of these divine masculines are actually having financial problems as well. Okay. Talk to me, please, Spirit. What is going on with this divine masculine? Okay, so they're starting to have this recognition. They're starting to realize that you and them could be a good team player. That you know, maybe perhaps they feel like you guys could be quite a powerful creative couple. They're starting to realize that you guys could work together very well when it comes to the home or when it comes to life in general. Maybe they feel like you and them can be this powerful couple that could actually start a business together and work together. Maybe perhaps you and them have got similar interests and it could be quite prosperous, okay? And maybe they're starting to realize that maybe, you know, if they actually worked with their divine feminine, they could probably make more money anyway, because there's something that's maybe a project or something that they could work on with their divine feminine. And I kind of feel like they're having this epiphany right now. Nine of Earth, yeah. So even if this masculine's not in a relationship, they could be single. They may just be, even if they're married, okay, I kind of feel like they're single. I don't know how to explain that. It's like they're not attached to their relationship, whatever that is. They kind of are alone. I kind of feel like a lone wolf, someone who could be in a relationship and has been in the same relationship for many, many years. They're not connected to that person, okay? So whether this is a little male or a female, whoever they are with, there's no heart space there. It's kind of like it's very earth-like. It's money. I don't see a lot of love. Not to say that they've never loved the person or whatever, but there's not a lot of love in this divine masculine's life. They're single, even if they're not single. Okay, they may be spending some time alone or working again on their financial situation. At the bottom of the deck, falling in love, a new home. They're definitely having a lot of feelings coming up for the divine feminine. Okay, let's just see. What changes may occur in the near future for this divine masculine? So I'm talking about, you know, the next couple of weeks. Let's just see, are there any changes coming up for this divine masculine? Are they going to be changing anything? Where do we see the divine masculine over the next couple of weeks? Oh, this divine masculine. Look at this earth. It's just earth, earth, earth. Money, 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 money. This person is so holding on to money that they don't even realize that they are so unhappy. But look at this. Now they're walking away, okay? They are about to release themselves. They're having an epiphany right now. They're starting to realize that they're not happy, okay? And they're about to walk away. They're about to have this emotional and spiritual growth. Yeah, now they realize they missed an opportunity with you, okay? They're bored. They're bored and now they're opening their eyes. Okay, so we're starting to see. Now, again, this is not for everyone. For some of you, it could still be years. It really all depends on where you are at in your twin flame journey, okay? I'm kind of starting to understand that most of my readings are probably more future-based. As much as I like to say it in the next couple of weeks, my spirit guides seem to, which is quite funny. So the name I was given was Rima. So I've got an Islamic spirit guide prophet that comes forward, and I started to realize that it's very future tense based. So when I say a couple of weeks, it could be a couple of years for some people still, unfortunately. Yeah, there's more going on that meets the eye here though, okay? I definitely feel there's a lot of awakening happening right now with a lot of people in general, but especially this divine masculine. Look, they want to come forward. They know that they're bored. They're starting to realize that, you know, what is money if I don't have love? What is money? So it's quite funny because at the beginning of the reading, this divine masculine was so stuck in money that I think they're starting to realize that, you know what, they're bored. They're missing out on an opportunity, and if they don't come forward soon, they may lose out on something. And so I kind of feel like now they get, the emotions are starting to kick in. So we've gone from earth to water. So emotions are starting to kick in, and they're starting to realize that, you know what, if I don't have more fun, I'm going to die alone with money. I mean, you know, I can take nothing with me. I've got no memories. I've got a house, I've got cars, I've got, you know, whatever the earthly bounds, it's all very materialistic. There's nothing that they can touch their heart with and say, I'm happy. But they're starting to go, you know what, I need to now go after something if I really want to be happy. And they're starting to realize that earthly goods don't really bring happiness. So news coming forward. I kind of feel like you might start to hear from them, okay? You might start to get a message from them. It may be something very flirty, perhaps something quite passionate coming up. So It may not be coming, asking out on a date yet, but like I said, it's more fun. I kind of feel like more fun energy is coming up, and they're going to be feeling very fun, like they want to have more fun. And now look at this. Look at all the emotions, from earth to emotions. So you guys start to forgiveness. So you might need to forgive them. They may come forward and ask for forgiveness and realize that they've been a bit of a klutz. And realize that they now have to come forward and apologize for being a bit of a twit, and for not really seeing you for who they are. Either which way, I kind of feel like there's a positive resolution. Okay, whatever conflict that they've gone through, I kind of feel like, or whatever you guys have gone through, I kind of feel like that's going to change, and you're going to get something positive coming through over the next couple of weeks. Okay, so that is where the divine masculine is. So you might even be a masculine and coming in to ask about the feminine. So we can't presume anything. Let's go into the runner, the person who's constantly chasing the other person, okay, in the relationship. And let's work on what is happening with this divine feminine who has now been the runner, the chaser in the relationship, the one who's always trying to make things work, or always reaching out to the other. Okay, so what's happening with this person? Okay, so I can't presume who's watching. Yeah, this divine feminine has waited a long time, okay? They kind of sitting in their ship, and they're like, do I sail off or do I wait? They really not too sure what it is that they know that they're worth more. They know they still have feelings for the divine masculine, but they also know that they're worth more. And they know that their feelings for the divine masculine is really real, but they're starting to doubt it, because they're kind of sitting in their ship going, do I sail off into the sunset alone, or in search for someone else? Should I just give up on the situation? Because I'm worth more. I'm worth more than just sitting here on this boat. I know who I am. Why am I sitting on this boat waiting for someone who may not come through? She also wants, or they also want fun, and they also want something good in their lives, but they're also getting tired of waiting. Yeah, look at this. This divine feminine is on fire. Okay, again, doesn't male or female is not the option. The problem here. It's the energies. Okay, Queen of Fire is the most passionate, most creative, most attractive person in the deck. Let's just put it that way. So again, knowing their worth. This divine feminine energy is knowing who they are, and what's happening is they opened up their heart space. They know that there's a candle burning for you, but they also know how attractive they're becoming. It's like perhaps they're starting to have a lot of people flirting with them, or all of a sudden they just feel like they're in their power, okay? And so now, why must someone that's so attractive, that's really booming, wait for someone who may never ever come? So I just really feel like that this divine feminine is starting to know what they're worth, and maybe they're starting to have other suitors perhaps flirt with them, which makes them think, should I really be waiting around? Okay. Yeah, look at this Empress. My God, this divine feminine is so stepping up into her power. Okay, and again, their power, let's just put. So this divine feminine is probably about to start running, okay, which is probably why the divine masculine is energetically, even if they're not even talking or if they haven't spoken in years, divine twin flames cannot see can sometimes be separate for years. So you may not even know, like your heart, you may dream about your twin flame over a period of time, not really actually knowing that they're your twin flame, but just not understanding why you've got this connection to someone. But either which way, this feminine, this energy, try and put it, is really stepping up. They are really starting to work on their abundance. This person is becoming famous in a certain way. And I'm not saying like huge fame, like actress fame, but, like perhaps stepping up, and people are starting to take notice of this energies, okay? They're starting to take notice, and this person's starting to become quite abundant. Like they might literally have money coming in, or their business is starting to do well, or career-wise they're starting to do well. This feminine is very much in their power, attractive. Maybe they've lost weight, or they've done something different about themselves, but they're starting to get a lot of notice from people out there. And so they're starting to go, should I wait for this romantic person, or should I move on to someone who, well, I shouldn't have to wait for? They're balancing up their emotions. They really are balancing up their emotions. They may have been exactly that, the chaser, and for many years they might have, even emotionally, like I said, you guys might not have spoken for years, but emotionally this person has kind of been chasing you, thinking about you, dreaming about you, and it's kind of brought you in, which maybe made you scared. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, now they're balancing up their emotions and standing in her power. I mean, I have to laugh. It really is. I mean, someone who's balanced, someone who is, look at that owl. This woman is serious, you know. She's like, I know who I am. I have this wisdom on my shoulders now. Someone who is speaking true words in my mind. I know my worth. I'm not waiting around. So that's interesting. Okay, so yeah, so the divine masculine's very sad and depressed and focused on his money. He doesn't really want to be in a relationship because we have the Nine of Earth is not someone who's attached. Even if he's in a relationship, he's not emotionally attached to the relationship. He's kind of single. He's there, or they, should we say, they are there, but they are emotionally not attached to the relationship. They're just there, doing the everydays, waking up, making breakfast, maybe have a family, they might even have kids, doing all the stuff that a relationship requires, but emotionally there's a huge disconnect. Okay, he or they are actually quite single in whatever their situation is. They're holding on to something, or holding on to money, or holding on to stuff that is not emotions. They are now turning, because I kind of feel like maybe they feel that this feminine is standing their ground. They are becoming famous or popular, starting to get a lot of attention. They know that what their worth is now, and now they're starting to go, well, I don't have to wait around because I'm so attractive. I can have whoever or whatever I'm wanting. And the divine masculine is, or this masculine energy is watching. The runner is watching this feminine, okay, and watching how well that they're doing. Yeah, okay, so this is where, funny enough, the future energies are starting to link up. The divine masculine has the Three of Water, and the divine feminine has the Three of Water. And so now let's see how the energies in the next couple of weeks, how the energies are starting to play up. So this can also be a card of union, by the way. The Three of Water is a card of reunion. It's a celebratory card. So it's a card of celebration, coming together, having fun. Travel. So this, maybe the divine feminine is about to travel, or this communication coming in. Okay, so there could be the getting to know each other. I did talk about perhaps starting off with a lot of flirting, maybe flirty text. Maybe that's how the communication starts over the next couple of weeks. Queen of Earth, but she's also still very focused on herself. She's still, I mean, these are all hugely feminine cards. So this divine feminine, or the the chaser, is now really focused within themselves. Okay, so yes, there may be communication, but this, now she's holding on to her own stuff. So it's quite funny that the dynamic is definitely changing, and maybe that's why the runner's now wanting to chase her, because her dynamic is different. They've gone all from earthly into emotions, and then she's gone from being very self-focused to even more self-focused. I'm going to have one more card for the divine feminine in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, because she's gone through the death and rebirth process, and now she's on her way. Okay, so the divine in the next couple of weeks, divine masculine is walking away from a situation, but look, she's taking her jewels and she's going towards that ship, which is how she started out, being on that ship, getting ready to dock, to sail off. She's now searching. So as the masculine starts to approach, the feminine may be leaving. So it's an interesting dynamic, and that's exactly how the twin flame journey goes. So now I'm going to have just a couple of cards as to the actual energies between them. Okay, so I'm just going to use these cards here because they're smaller. They can at least fit on the page. So what is the actual energies happening? So right now, I just want to have some cards that kind of just, what is really happening here? Currently, what is really happening between those twin flames? Yeah, that's exhaustion. Both of you are quite exhausted. You know that you've put in a lot of time and energy and effort. There may be a lot of time staying alone or working on your money or working on yourself or whatever it is, and you're both quite tired. You're tired of investing in the wrong things. You're tired of investing in the wrong relationships. There could be a marriage here for some, or a high level of commitment. One of you or both of you, someone in this situation is in a high level of commitment, whether that's living with someone, married to someone, or engaged to someone. And we do have a stubbornness, someone who's hanging on to something. Look, there's a commitment that one of the relationships is someone is hanging on to something, but they're not happy. As I said, not happy, not happy. They're investing, holding on, stubbornly holding on, but they're not happy to a commitment. Okay, so that's right now someone stubbornly earthbound, doing something for the money. There's some kind of commitment that one of the energies, and I really see it as the divine masculine, or should I say the runner energy, is more focused on their finances, and so they're in a commitment but they're not happy. Right, so then look at this in the next couple of weeks. Change, the world card. So there could be a travel, literally traveling. Maybe the feminine travels towards the masculine, or the masculine starts traveling towards the feminine, whatever that may be. But there's a closure, there's a new cycles opening up. And look at this, a new offer comes in. Page of Pentacles. Here we had a page of fire, here we got a page of Pentacles. Someone comes in with an offer, and it's a solid offer, okay? And I kind of really feel like it's the masculine coming in with a solid offer. They've woken up, they've realized that they're about to lose the divine feminine. They realize that this person is their family, and they are coming for a new cycle, okay? It's a solid offer coming in. Yeah, another one of family. So they definitely realize where their family belongs. They're no longer going to be confused, and they're going to start putting in energy and effort into the situation. So that's kind of what I'm getting here. There definitely is a lot of change that's going on, and like I said, a lot of, should I say, runner energies, people that were the runners are starting to realize what they run away from, and they've actually missed out. And if they don't wake up, the person who was always chasing them is about to climb on the boat, take all their goods, climb on the boat, and they could be sailing away, and they could miss out on their family and someone who they could really have the solid long-term effects, because they're lonely and sad and bored. So that's kind of what I'm getting when it comes to the different energies. Hopefully you enjoy this reading, and yes, again, I will be talking more about this on my other channel, and I'll chat to you soon.